That is our home, and going back there to the valley is magnificent. Yeah, it had to be the valley. As a child, I lived in the family home was in Mottingham, and my neighbours, one of our neighbours' sons was Charlton through and through, and his family were as well. I was getting to the age where I wanted to go and see football matches, and they said, "Well, come along with us to Charlton and see what we think of that." So it was a lovely family day out, because we'd watch Football Focus at lunchtime on the BBC, and we all meander down to the ground just in time for the kick-off. And to me as a little lad, it was just such a massive, massive ground with, you go in there, you see these vast expanses of concrete and barriers, and there was the covered end, which was the covered end there. There was the old stand, which is in the middle third of what is sort of the west side of the ground. It was just such a huge thing, and such a big thing for me, and there'd be such a buzz around the place. So it was just a lovely thing as a young child, like, to worry about things. As I got older, it was trying to get my parents to let me go to a Tuesday night match was a bit difficult, but no, it was just, to me, it was just an amazing place, amazing place.
Once I'd met Nigel and knowing that he was such a strong Charlton fan, and you sort of get drawn into it, but at that time, and probably for a number of years, I'd taken interest, but not as I feel now. And I think for me the turning point was around about that 2019, I think, with the Lee Bowyer years, and then seeing all the turmoil that was going on, and then realising what it meant to people. And I thought, you know, there's something very special about this club. And then we sort of got more interested in it that way. And I thought, this club is too great to be lingering just in League One. And of course, from then, and with what happened in 2019 and the euphoria of that, and going to the final, was just an incredible memory. And I think that's where the interest really came. You know, when our own lives feeling, quite stressed. And it's the one time, I think, when I'm at a match or talking or thinking or looking on TV, I forget everything. And that is a huge, huge impact on me, because that is my outlet. And I think it's similar for Nigel as well. So when I look back, there's all these little moments that have had such a great impact.
In 1984, we went over to work, live and work in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. I managed to get the final match home match at the Old Valley against Stoke, which was very moving, seeing all the people on the pitch and all this kind of thing, and but yeah, very sad. So we went abroad to Australia. Perhaps that was a good thing in a way. It kept us out of all the direct things, leaving the valley, playing at neighbours' grounds, which I suppose we should be appreciative for, because it kept the club going. But in Australia, again, this is before the days of internet and what have you, we'd get good coverage of Charlton, albeit a week late. There were English football papers put together which would describe what had been happening in the various leagues over the period, which was quite good. And we were getting messages from our parents and other friends about the club. And there was, I actually did see Charlton play, or a Charlton 11 play in Australia. They played a Queensland 11. I believe the score was 1-1. It was a team that was brought over by Mike Flanagan, which a lot of the older viewers will remember. If we wander up into the attic later, we can look through the programme, see if we can find that one. Yeah, we did our best to keep things going, and but we did miss '92, which was sad. That when we didn't get back and weren't there to celebrate going back to the ground and going through the gates with all those wonderful people that had worked so hard to get the club back at the Valley.
It's quite a phenomenal thing, really, of all those, you know, the time beforehand and then seeing that it was back home again.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to say, oh, this is a lost cause, let's
Yes.
just give up.
Yeah,
So
but again, that's part of the grit of Charlton,
Yeah.
which is just gets through and through.
all the events have proven that behind the scenes there's some wonderful, wonderful people, and it's them that have kept the whole thing running along, and they're still going to try and keep the club going, fighting for all that it stands for. That is our home, and going back there to the Valley is magnificent.
So in the morning we get up, have breakfast, but we always have to make sure that we have the cereal bowls. It's just a luck thing, lucky Charlton thing that we have to do. So we have our cereals in that, and in our mugs we have their tea. Now we tend to go to the fans bar first.
Yeah.
We meet up, we often see people that are up there, and that's the time when we sort of looking at the TV, pre-match things, getting ideas. We discuss about all the team, who's out, who's in, who's going to be on the bench, impact players, etc. And it still gets me every time I go. And we go up to the fans bar, and then as you just walk in and you just see the magnificence of that pitch when it's empty. And you look around and you see the CAFC and just those stands and there's people and the lovely pitch, and to me, just seeing that magnificence, it gives those goosebumps that yeah, we're here, we're at Charlton. I still want to just stand there just for a moment, even though there's all the noise going on around, and just see that, and I think, yeah, this is really, really special.
Great.
Oh, he's got actor.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
actor on. Ah. Okay.
Sonny,
Yeah.
Leroy.
Yeah. But yeah, we know them as. That's fine. Yes, that's fine.
So TC's on the bench.
So TC's on the bench.
Keep it going.
Well played, brilliant.
Oh, Miles.
Got Miles. Oh no.
It's impossible.
I know. We've just got to regroup, sort themselves out, get the other players on.
I always play better in the second.
Right, and they'll bring on Doc, he'll bring on Kelman. You reckon?
Not, yeah, he will, but
He
not
will
straight
those
away.
two. TC, come on TC, come on TC.